Peabo Bryson entrusted me with something before he passed away. The first time we had a deep conversation was after a recording session we did together on a day when he had just finished preparing.
The world of music continues to reflect on the legacy of Peabo Bryson, a voice that defined romance, emotion, and timeless storytelling across generations. As news of his passing spread, tributes began pouring in from across the globe, but one moment in particular has captured the attention of fans everywhere. Circulating reports and widely shared clips suggest that Celine Dion delivered an emotional tribute during a memorial gathering, honoring the man she once shared one of the most iconic musical collaborations in history. While details surrounding the event vary across sources, the emotional impact of the moment has become a central part of the public conversation surrounding Bryson's legacy. According to online discussions and viral posts, the tribute reportedly took place during a private farewell where family members, close friends, and music industry colleagues gathered to celebrate Bryson's life and contribution to music. In these accounts, Celine Dion is described as visibly emotional as she reflected on their shared history, particularly their unforgettable duet performances that helped define an era of cinematic and romantic music. Their collaboration, especially in songs that became global classics, is often remembered as one of the most powerful pairings in modern vocal history. As the story continues to circulate, fans have focused not only on the tribute itself, but also on the emotional symbolism behind it. Celine Dion and Peabo Bryson shared a rare musical chemistry that transcended generations and genres. Their voices blended in a way that felt effortless yet deeply expressive, creating songs that remain widely played even decades later. For many listeners, hearing her name associated with his farewell immediately brought back memories of those iconic recordings, turning grief into reflection. In the reported tribute, Dion is said to have spoken about Bryson's generosity as an artist and his ability to bring warmth into every performance. While exact wording varies depending on the source, the recurring theme across all accounts is admiration. She is described as acknowledging not just his talent, but his kindness behind the scenes, a side of him that many fans never got to see. This perspective has added depth to the way people are now revisiting his legacy, shifting focus from only his music to the person behind the voice. What has further intensified public interest is the circulating claim that financial assistance or support was mentioned in connection with Bryson's family. It is important to note that this detail remains unverified and comes from online interpretations rather than confirmed statements. However, the idea itself has sparked widespread emotional reactions, with fans praising the concept of artists supporting one another's families during times of loss. Whether literal or symbolic in interpretation, the narrative has contributed to the emotional weight surrounding the tribute. Social media platforms have been flooded with reactions, as fans revisit Bryson's discography and reflect on the impact of his music. Songs that once defined weddings, anniversaries, and personal milestones are now being shared again, often accompanied by emotional messages of remembrance. Many users have expressed how his voice was not just entertainment, but part of deeply personal moments in their lives. This collective reflection has turned the online space into an informal memorial, where memories and music blend together. Celine Dion's connection to Bryson has also become a focal point in these discussions. Their collaborations are often described as defining moments in both of their careers, representing a rare artistic harmony that is difficult to replicate. Fans continue to highlight how their voices complemented each other in a way that felt both powerful and intimate, creating songs that remain culturally significant decades later. In light of his passing, those recordings have taken on an even deeper emotional meaning. While official confirmation of specific funeral details remains limited, what is clear is the magnitude of public response. The idea of artists paying tribute to one another in deeply personal ways resonates strongly with audiences, especially when it involves figures as influential as Peabo Bryson and Celine Dion. Even in the absence of fully verified details, the emotional truth expressed by fans reflects the lasting impact of his career. Industry colleagues have also continued to share memories, describing Bryson as a disciplined and passionate performer who brought sincerity to every recording session. Many have noted that his voice carried a unique emotional clarity, one that made listeners feel connected to every lyric. This ability to communicate emotion through music is often cited as the reason his work has endured across generations. As conversations evolve, it is becoming clear that Bryson's legacy extends far beyond individual songs. He represents a particular era of music where vocal performance, emotional storytelling, and cinematic composition came together in a powerful way. His influence can still be heard in contemporary music, and his songs continue to be discovered by new audiences who are hearing his voice for the first time. The emotional tribute attributed to Celine Dion, whether viewed as literal or symbolic, has become part of this larger narrative of remembrance. It reflects how deeply interconnected the music world can be, and how artists continue to honor one another long after collaborations end. Even when details remain unconfirmed, the emotional resonance of such moments often carries more weight than factual specifics in the eyes of fans. As the music community continues to mourn, one thing remains consistent across all discussions: Peabo Bryson's voice is timeless. His songs continue to live on in films, personal memories, and public celebrations of love and life. That enduring presence is what makes his passing feel so significant, not just as the loss of an individual, but as the closing of a chapter in musical history. Whether through verified tributes, circulating stories, or emotional fan reactions, the impact of his life is undeniable. And in moments like these, where music and memory intersect, the lines between performance and personal connection become beautifully blurred. In the end, what remains is not just the story of a tribute, but the story of a legacy. A legacy built on voice, emotion, and connection. A legacy that continues to echo every time one of his songs is played. Rest in peace, Peabo Bryson. Your voice will forever remain a part of the world's most cherished memories.